Ciao e benvenuto. Non sono contento dallo Ducati. What I'm saying is I'm not happy with Ducati. And I think you know why by the name of this particular episode. Let's discuss it. Within a week of Ducati announcing this Multistrada V4, in this particular case V4S travel and radar, which is what I ordered, within a week I put mine on order, and I probably waited a solid 6 weeks to get it delivered. There were a couple other things, motorcycles that were in the running. Actually, I was looking at the Tracer 900 GT, which is now the MT-09 GT, and I was looking at an R1250 RT by BMW, maybe even a GSA, wasn't sure, okay? But somehow this thing, and a big part of the decision was because of the radar. The blind spot monitoring, not so much the interactive cruise control, but really like the blind spot monitoring, and it was something that was new. I like it, I have it on my vehicle, and I was like, hey, this sounds good. So put it on order, it came in, and spoke with the dealer. Now, I did not pay a sticker. The dealer was pretty good with me and knocked not much, but a little bit of money off for me. So I did not pay full sticker, so let's just get that out of the way. It doesn't matter, I would have been willing to pay full sticker, honestly didn't care. But it was nice to get a little bit of an appreciation with some money off. Anyway, I was just excited. I was watching some videos because it went to Europe first, and I saw that in Europe they had a lot of feedback about the radar and the cruise control, and I was pretty excited about it. And then it got to the United States, and immediately the press bikes out in California started showing the radar operating. And I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. So mine arrived, and I was pretty much the very first one to get one in South Florida. And lo and behold, it was the day that I went to take possession of it, they said, oh, the radar doesn't work because they don't have approval in the United States yet. I'm like, oh, okay. And at first they said, well, probably about 2 weeks and there'll be like a software update. And then that turned into not 2 weeks. And then I started seeing some things on the internet that people were saying, oh, they're going to charge to install it. And I'm like, well, if you want it and you didn't get it, but I specifically purchased the Multistrada V4S travel and radar. That's the one that I bought. So that's what I paid for. That's what I'm expecting. And then for the last month, it's pretty much been crickets as far as the dealership. So I stopped in today and talked with my salesman a little bit, great guy, and went over to schedule an appointment to fix a clicking noise. There's one of the valves, not the engine valves. I don't know exactly what valve it is. It has a clicking noise that I've been hearing, and apparently there's a fix for that. So there's a tech bulletin or service bulletin on that. So I'm going to take it in next week, and they're going to put it in. And I was asking him if he has any idea when the radar is going to be approved. And he didn't quite understand what I asked. So he started saying, well, there's going to be a charge because we have to set it up, and that Ducati reduced the price, so that they can charge us later. And I'm like, well, the dealer didn't know that, and I didn't know that when I bought it. So this is a problem. So I went over to talk with my salesman, who I have a really good rapport with, and I was like, hey, what's the deal? And he said, don't even remind me. He was pissed. He was really pissed. He said as soon as he found out about this, he was really pissed. So what some other people have alluded to on the internet is actually appears to be the case, where Ducati is going to charge us to actually activate the radar component that we already paid for. And that bothers me. I don't mind paying for something, and I don't mind paying for quality, but I also don't like anything that's misleading, and that's a problem with me. Now, they have been touting this radar for a long time. It's been in all of their videos that Ducati has put out. All of their marketing has touted the radar. And not even the dealer was aware that the radar wasn't working until literally the day that my bike was delivered, because I had the first one delivered. So that was a little disheartening, I guess. Like, why don't they know that? And then they're like, yeah, not a big deal. You already paid for it. We'll take care of it when it's ready. And now all of a sudden the tune has changed because Ducati has reached out to them and basically said, yeah, you're going to have to charge because you have a lot of bikes to bring in and activate this software update, calibrate it, because I had to buy an expensive machine to calibrate the radar. So I'm not too happy about that. So I believe that Ducati really dropped the ball on this one. Now, whether they dropped the ball or, you know, Ducati North America or whatever they call it, dropped the ball by not really spreading, you know, the word here. But this is kind of a, I'm not going to call it a bait and switch, but it's whatever you would call it, something similar to a bait and switch. I bought what I thought and was supposed to be the V4S traveling radar. That's what I paid for. And I was like, oh, okay, I have to wait till the United States approves the radar. All right, I'll wait for that. But now you're going to tell me that I have to pay to have this installed because you adjusted the price in the beginning on your list price? I'm going to call bullshit on that. And I'm going to tell you why. The dealer wasn't aware of that. I wasn't aware of it. You didn't let anybody know. And now after the fact, Ducati, you think that you're going to go ahead and charge everyone? Well, I'll tell you what. When I think I'm right and I think that there's an injustice, I'm going to do something about it. So anyone else out there who's in my situation, so all of us that paid for the traveling radar and think that Ducati's going to go ahead and charge us, I think we kind of need to band together, and there's a way that this could be done. And there's a lawful way that this could be done, and it might be litigious, but honestly, I'll deal without the radar until it's done for free. So I'm a little pissed off, I'm a little disappointed, and I think Ducati's going to have to pony up here because they have a really good selling bike and they're going to be making some bank off this. So they better follow through and not, you know, have this deceptive marketing. I'm going to call it deceptive marketing because when the dealer's not even aware, that's a problem. So anyway, that's my little bit of a rant today, and I think we all need to kind of come together on this, maybe get together through some of the Facebook forums, or if there's a Ducati forum that we could, you know, kind of band together and honestly look at the potential threat of litigation for this with a class action if indeed they're going to follow through and expect for us to pay for what we thought we had and we thought we already paid for it. So my answer is class action lawsuit pending what they do and how the dealers handle it. So that's my opinion, and I'm pretty firm on that. So maybe they'll change my mind. Anyway, not too good news. Rainbow, I'm out.